grind. Hey, when you speak your mind, hey, you speak your mind. Shit, shout out, speak your mind. Hey, on your grind. Wait, when you speak your mind.
We back.
What's going down?
Speaking Mind 2.0, it's your boy TY.
It's your boy Seth.
And this particular reaction we are coming with you guys today is the game everybody wanted to see. A blowout, quote unquote, happened, but honestly, it wasn't really a blowout. It was actually a good game up until the second quarter. And we're talking about Alabama versus Texas. Now, the last time we seen them play was what, 2009 in the national championship game, where people had Texas winning that game due to what they had on their stat, on their roster at the time with Colt McCoy leading the way as the QB, but they took him out the game by getting them hurt, and then Alabama just began their dynasty from that point on.
Yeah, I was about to say this game was basically the blockbuster of Saturday. So, and I'll say it like this: like Ty said, everybody thought it was going to be a blowout, but it ultimately didn't turn out to be anything like that.
Because honestly, what I took away from that was how if you out physical Alabama, they're gonna struggle, right. And that's what Texas defense did. They out physical them, but Alabama was still the overall better team, and they found a way to win. If you watch the game,
I don't know. Were they the overall better team, or was just Bryce Young just a better athlete?
No, they still the overall better team, but it goes hand in hand. Overall better team, better athlete at QB.
We will see. The highlights will tell us.
Exactly.
So here we go.
And Stone sends it away. And this one fielded at the goal line. And Alabama crosses the 20. Young swings it out. Gibbs with the first down and more before finally being crushed.
See, I want to say this. It's more or less because I was listening to Joe Clapp just a couple of minutes ago, and he kind of broke it down to the point where the running game was non-effective at all for
on both teams or Texas.
No, Alabama.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Alabama didn't. They only had the one big play for 81 yards,
and that was it.
And everything else was small increments. So the offensive line play wasn't that good, and then we're usually used to seeing Bama have these crazy wide receivers on the outside.
Then they're lacking that as of lately.
Right, they didn't have no type of speed, no type of breakaway routes from the corners. And I want to give all props to Texas' secondary.
Because I know for a fact one of them was a transfer from Ohio State. Shout out to Ryan Watts.
But he missed the game-winning tackle.
We gonna see that.
Again, they got great athletes. It's just see. Granted, they had the opportunities to move down the field and get chunk yardage, but it was so hard for them to get that separation. Because again, the Texas secondary was just like
they was on their P's and Q's.
Yeah. See? But I feel like this is where I feel like if he didn't slip, because I was seeing a lot of players slip on that turf the whole game. A lot of times it was like, all right, if they didn't slip, we could have seen some different outcomes on some different plays.
But I feel like at the same time too, like these Texas defensive players, they was determined to get in the backfield to stop, Bryce Young. Yeah. For sure. Again, like you said, granted he slipped. But the way that defender was coming around, just on the pass rush, he was going to get to him eventually. Yeah, even if Bryce didn't slip, and if he just maneuvered a little bit, his pursuit was still, I'm going after you regardless.
And I also want to say it's looking tough for Texas too, because I've seen that Bijan is having an MRI on his shoulder, so it might be.
He's having an MRI on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm. So it might be another star player down for the Longhorns. So I don't know.
And we're gonna talk about that later on in this video on the first star player that went down.
And again,
I need to say this real
go
quick.
ahead.
This nigga Xavier Worthy is
Bro,
a beast. I'm sorry.
I'm so mad.
He kept burning them dudes on every go route. Like, it was ridiculous.
Xavier Worthy, if you ever see this video, I'm so mad that you.
Oh, that's right. He was committed to y'all, Michigan.
I'm so mad that you decommitted. Bro. And on top of that, we have JJ now, so it would have been okay, bro. You would have been doing this too. I'm telling you, it would have been okay.
Dang, I keep forgetting that he did commit to y'all.
It would have been okay, bro. I'm telling you.
He did commit to y'all, but then he decommitted, went to Texas.
Mm-hmm. It would have been all right, yo. I'm telling you, you would have been looking good in that blue and yellow, coming out in the big house. I'm telling you, it would have been fine. We got the quarterback now.
Finally, but
shit.
Xavier Worthy, 3rd and 2. Robinson, he is gobbled up.
Another thing. What really stood out to me was the play calling. Like, they were not afraid.
For both teams?
No, just on Texas on this first drive. Like, they were not afraid. They were not doing anything conservative. They were
they were trying to win.
That's what I'm saying. They were trying to show everybody, put the nation on notice, and tell everybody, like, hey, we're not about to be scared and timid of
We're not about
Alabama.
to bow down to Alabama because it's y'all to save it. Nah, we coming for y'all throats.
And most of these passes that you guys see will tell you that right away.
Texas moving the football. Ewers on the play fake. Lets it flies. Got mad.
This is where I knew.
But he dropped it, though.
I know.
He dropped it.
This is where I knew. I was like, oh, we about to have a game for them.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Ewers sprints it out of the pocket. Fires on the move. And it's a first down. Ewers. Nice catch. Ready to the get. Turns it up. Picks up another first. Inside the Alabama 10. But can they pay it off on 3rd down and goal? The fade in the park.
I will say this, and this play will be particular on when we're gonna pause it again in this video. I honestly feel like these referees are trying to have Alabama win the game.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. Like there was so much passing interference calls on Bama that they did not throw. I'm like, yo, like, are y'all not watching this? Like, does Saban have y'all on his payroll that he just keeps on the side? Like, hey, look,
no, most definitely.
like, come on, y'all. Like, but now what he just said, we gonna break that down very specifically on a certain play that honestly I feel like cost Texas to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Got it up and good. And we are level at 3 up. And they hand it off. McClellan. And McClellan.
And this was the only touchdown
This was
we was
it.
talking about.
This was it after that.
James McClellan. Inside the 20. Touchdown.
You're like, damn, I'm tired. Why he so fast?
81 yards. Explosiveness. Ekiyor, the tight end, Latu is out
Great
there.
blocking,
as well.
though.
You've got Latham, huge hole, and there McClellan is gone. And as soon as he got the
He just jogging, like.
It was like after the 20-yard line, he was like, you know, I'm already gone.
That offensive line, 16. Ryan Branch covering, play fake, deep drop. Ewers looking. Ewers throws it. Nice grab. Whittington.
I can understand why he was
Worthy in motion. He's
top in the nation, to be honest.
Straight bomb.
I can understand. That nigga is elite.
And it only makes it better when you got low-key the greatest sports commentator to call this game in Gus Johnson.
Shout out to Gus.
Like, imagine him and Stuart Scott commentating the game together.
That would be historical.
Exactly. R.I.P. to the GOAT, Stuart Scott.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, Gus Johnson calling this game on this particular play, like, highlights the magnitude of this game as a whole.
Right.
And he's only a sophomore, too.
Ewers sprinting out, reverses, lets it go wisely, and just throws it.
I hope they show the replay on this one. Hold on. Oh, wait. Now, this right here, this play in particular, I'm surprised the flag did not get called for digging.
They did call the
But that was a just
roughing the passer. But that's
but a digging penalty should have been added on to that though, because he dug his shoulder into the ground, and now he about to be out for 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. At this point, once I seen that hit happen,
That was the whole game changer.
yeah, that was a game
Because
changer.
honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck. If Quinn Ewers was would have stayed in that game, Texas had a better chance of winning. Not to say Hudson Card didn't do it with Sting when he got in, but
he was hurt too. He got fucked
that
up
too. But Quinn was getting his rhythm, and it showed in this game if you watched it live. Like if Quinn was still on his P's and Q's and making plays while getting pressured, they was gonna mess around with that game.
I'll say it like this. Nick Saban was seeing how he was moving down the field. He was like, all right, get this motherfucker off the field right now. I'm calling a triple X. Get this nigga out.
I don't think you should have said triple X.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
He was trying to get this motherfucker off the field. He was tired of seeing all them deep passes and everything. He was like, all right,
nah.
Wrap it up.
That's it. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch the replay. Look, straight.
Yeah.
Boom. Straight on his shoulder.
Second down and goal after 1. Here's Robinson, and he'll walk into the end zone.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like I said, Bijan we don't know the extent yet. Like I said, he's getting an MRI, so we got to see what happens. But if he's going to be out for a couple weeks too.
They got a decent backup though, Roshan Johnson. Like he's decent.
Robinson, Young, deep in the pocket, underneath, almost intercepted. Young, looking over the middle, and it's Gibbs for first down.
Secondary on him like glue.
He'll let it fly. Young, underneath, caught, and it's a first down. Cameron Latu.
Pepe Le Pew.
Bro, like I said, man, Gus Johnson, like he makes you want to keep watching the game.
For sure.
Just like you just heard how he got so extra animated when he got that sack.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, now like again, granted, Bryce Young was like finding holes in the Texas defense, especially in the secondary. But again, this defense did not come to play. Like they was really on him.
That high stuff is hard, though. I was like, okay.
Right.
Hard, short pass. Johnson with the catch of the crawl pass.
At this point of the game, I was wondering. I'm like, all right, are they going to be conservative with their backup in? But they took a couple shots for the call, so I was like, all right.
Here's Card. Underneath, delivers a strike at the 30. Xavier Worthy to the 31. Card.
So pissed.
In trouble. Card better get rid of it. Card does. He's out of the tackle box, so that's an incomplete pass. Great pressure by Kool-Aid.
That's another thing too. What is going on with these dudes' names nowadays? How is your name Kool-Aid? Like, did your parents not care about you? It
ain't my business. I ain't gonna speak on it.
I just want to know.
Young throws on the move, and incomplete. He had a man. Texas was finding a rhythm. Second down. Here's Robinson. It's the edge. Robinson cuts it up. Robinson lowers his shoulder, gets out of bounds. First down and long. Card, sideline. Throw! He's got it! Robinson!
He's got it!
20.
Commentary is just crazy.
Yards, and they're in field goal range. Card pumps in the corner. Incomplete, the flag, and this is going to go against
The game should have been filled with just like flags if we're going to be all the way real.
Yeah, but honestly, too, how I'm seeing it too, like this defense definitely got exposed against Texas.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So if I'm like a coordinator that runs this specific style of offense, I'm using what they use, but use it to our thinking of a scheme to out scheme them defensively.
Because how Texas was doing it, they would like to spread the field. Excuse me, and it goes down to like, all right, who is going to win their
who's going to win in one-on-one battles?
Yeah.
And it's obvious that Xavier was winning most of his. Even if the ball was overthrown or short, he was still winning the route.
Right.
And then as far as like defensively, like they was out physically in their offensive line.
motion man. Carr in the corner again for Sanders, and another flag.
See?
Can Texas punch it in? Carr
gotta give him effort though.
Seconds left for the lead. Bad snap.
That's what.
Snap.
That's been the consensus of the weekend.
We gonna talk about that in the next reaction as far as like missed field goals.
Man, that just trickled.
But like but like when I seen it, I'm like, oh come on, y'all can't do that. Y'all right there. How did you shank it left?
That's a chip shot too.
He hooked it.
He hooked it.
Here comes a blitz. Card in trouble. Breaks the tackle. Card with some room. He'll get across the line of scrimmage. And finally goes down.
And I think this is where he got hurt.
Oh no, I was about to say I don't remember him getting hurt.
Young in trouble. Shovels it off, but
Again, we said Ryan Watts. This is the first attempt of him sacking him, and he almost got it off.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Young lets it go over the middle, incomplete. Card under pressure, underneath, nice catch. Whittington on the slant.
He said,
But now they say it's incomplete. They will make Texas pay. Kool-Aid lets it go over his head.
Nice.
And down at the one. Inside the one. How about Trejo? Young steps up. And he's sacked. It's a safety.
what? Let's wait for the replay. Wait for the replay.
Devondre Sweat. Who are these Longhorns on defense? Unreal.
Unreal.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer with targeting. Number 0.
Okay. When I first seen this, I'm like, okay, that's a safety. He tackled him in the end zone. The ball hasn't got out of the end zone.
Pause. Granted, his body did not touch down.
Right.
So
He didn't go down initially when he tackled him because he landed on the backside of the defender, but his elbow wasn't down yet.
Because I was peeping hard at his elbow. I'm like, all right, did his elbow actually like touch? Because if it touched, then we would have a totally different discussion right now.
Right.
But it didn't look like it touched fully, and then he got the ball out the way. But still.
But my thing is this: where in the hell did you see targeting at?
No, his head is on the ground, and my man's as you get.
No one targeted his head or his upper body. You can clearly see in this still shot. He's like this. Defender is coming at him like this.
But
where's the target at?
More or less, he's targeting his kneecaps, and take those motherfuckers out. But I don't. Yeah.
But this whole play was insane because it's like, okay, we thinking like initially safety because again he got sacked in the end zone, but like as a replay kept showing live when the game actually happened, his elbow wasn't all the way down.
And got by the skin of his teeth, he just left out.
But the ball didn't get out the end zone.
I know it didn't get out the end zone, but
so it's like, do you call that like intentional grounding or what?
I don't know, because if he was out, I don't remember if he was out of the tackle box necessarily.
Because he went backwards.
Right, he went backwards. But if he was in the tackle box still, and he'd let go of the ball, then that would be intentional grounding. But I think he was out of it just by like a smidget. So.
But overall though, like when I first seen this, I'm like, yo, this kind of caused Texas a win in the game potentially.
I was like, oh yeah, like you said earlier, Nick Saban.
Appreciate you.
15-yard penalty. It's in the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
Literally everybody was lost on that call. I was like, huh?
Targeting, as was the roughing the passer call. 4th down.
And see that at this point right here, the fans were like, "So what happened to the safety?"
Right, where'd that go? That just disappeared.
It just magically disappeared. Like, yo, like where's our 2 points at?
That shit went up in thin air.
And like I said, from that point on, that's when I think Texas lost the biggest momentum they had to again potentially win the game.
Right.
That was wild. Bijan Robinson the pistol. Card sets up a screen. He's got his man out.
And I'm like, was it Williamson? Is that my man's name, number 31?
Anderson.
William Anderson, right?
Yeah, Will Anderson.
Yeah, Will Anderson. When he did that shit, I was like, bro. First of all, I thought he was about to have the best game of his life.
Oh no, he only got one sack.
Right, I was like, I thought he was.
But that goes to them scheming
for him. Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought he was about to have the greatest game of his life, but he was neutralized. So I was like, okay, Texas is doing their job. Right. But when he did that dumbass shit, I was like, bro, come on. Just because you ain't getting no play or getting no sacks, don't fuck up the.
Don't flex like you did something.
Yeah.
Texas. 27 to go in the third. Young may run it again. Here's Young. Steps up. Scrambling, trying to get outside. In trouble. Young turns it up and goes down.
So this shows you why he's the Heisman winner, basically.
They swing it out. Whittington. Nice run after the catch for a first down. Play action. Card in trouble.
And you could tell my man's was like hobbled.
He was wobbled, but in that moment, it's like, okay, I need to throw this ball up, but I can't move. So I can't
he was like, God damn it, I can't, my ankle, fuck.
Moody for Card. Steps up.
Look at him.
And runs it. He faked everybody.
Pop tire and all. He was like, oh shit, my ankle is going out.
Nicely done by Hudson Card.
He said my ankle is done. I think that's where his shoulder is. That's where the shoulder came.
It's like this and it's
suplexed him.
Enough.
Yeah, that's when he got hurt.
Sideline Worthy with some space, and Worthy finally brought down a flag on the play. Looks like a face mask is coming up against Helms.
And he's small too.
Worthy?
Yeah, he's only like what? I think they said 168.
I thought he was like 6 foot.
Hell no. He's like 5'11". They compare him to Hollywood Brown.
He's 5'9".
Small as fuck.
It's a 2-inch difference though.
Granted, slot receiver, but you know.
Looking, Young takes off, picks up the first down.
That nigga was just coasting. Like, see, I feel like we said this before. There's running. And there's just, nigga coasting. That's what we call it, just
nigga coasting.
Nigga, I already know I'm athletic enough. I don't really need.
Let me just casually draw the sideline this first down.
So we see Lamar do that all the time.
No, he's nigga running.
I mean, he does.
That's the difference.
Oh, so easy.
And they'll give it. Williams. Roy Dell. Young, over the middle, caught, great throw, and this time it's Ja'Cory Brooks. First time we've called his name today. Bryce Young, again over the middle. He's found a soft spot. Brooks spinning, and he'll go down at the 6. Young, pumps it, looking, steps back, in the end zone, touchdown, Alabama!
And that's why he's Bryce Young. Like, he's able to make plays on the run, on the scramble, all that stuff. Because honestly, too, they even said, too, Jahmyr Gibbs, their running back, was the best receiving threat. Yeah. Because
that says something, though.
But that's saying something about Texas's secondary and Alabama's receiving core. Like, it's losing that, niche wide receiver U. Now, granted, Ohio State, we are taking really wide receiver U. Not to just throw that out there, but it's facts. Just saying. But you know it's true. Come on now. But I'm just saying.
I'll say it like this: both of y'all are neck and neck.
At this point, we kind of like surpassed them. I'm just saying, because look what Olave did in the league in one game. I'm just saying.
Did we just not see Julio Jones just go fucking crazy? Did we not just see Jalen Waddle go crazy against the Panthers?
I'm just saying, like, we got 3 receivers in the league, right? We got three receivers in the league that was balling yesterday. I'm just saying.
You acting like they don't got receivers in the league.
I do. I'm just saying, as of lately, they haven't.
All right, never mind. That's for the podcast. I'm gonna be quiet.
Jahmyr Gibbs, what a play by Bryce Young. chance to take the lead.
To Gibbs on the money. Check this out right here. Young's dead to right.
Backfoot.
Right.
Dime.
52 yards on the drive.
And also, I want to mention something real quick. 15 penalties for Alabama. That's unheard.
That's crazy.
That is unheard of. Like, we don't think of that.
Because again, it's like when you think of a Nick Saban Alabama team, you think very disciplined.
Yes.
Doesn't get that many penalties, but this game, it's just like, yo, what?
How many suicides do you think he made them run today?
Man, forget suicides. He gonna be having to do something else from just doing this.
I did see a post on Instagram. It was like a reporter. This was before the game.
Yeah, they said, have you addressed your team about doing the hook 'em down sign? He said, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, they said now it's a penalty. You get a 15-yard penalty for doing this if you play against Texas. He said, oh, I didn't know that, but that's one thing that I will now address a team about.
Granted, I feel like
This ain't nothing. Like, really?
I feel like that's just being very petty and tedious for Texas. But
Man, yeah, whatever.
Is good. Down to 9 after 26. Here's Card. Winds up down the field.
Well,
If that was on the money or if his ankle was fine, that's a
his ankle-
touchdown.
Yeah.
Young to the sideline, and it's a catch. Here he is. Backpedaling. As he throws, and he puts it on the money.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie though. If he held onto that ball for like less than a millisecond, smacked.
Fatality.
He took a hard shot. Trayshawn holds it. 2nd and 2. Now they run it, looking for the first down. McClellan. Prentice in motion. They hand it off.
Again, the defensive line was holding tough. Like, they didn't let them get any yardage at all.
This is probably the best look at it. They're trying to establish where that ball is, and then when he's actually down there, his butt's down. Well, I don't know, based on that spot.
It was 14 inches.
The runner was down.
They stopped him.
The ball short. The line the game.
They give it to him. Did he get it? Let's see.
It's short.
And they did. Texas football.
Texas football.
How much do you think you would make if you count how many rednecks was at this game?
You said how many rednecks?
I'm talking about Bama and Texas rednecks.
Oh shit. Oh no. Nick Saban like, all right guys, come here. I don't know what to do right now, but come here.
Lower leg injury. Here he is. Over the middle. He has his man, Johnson. Johnson pulls his way forward and picks up a first down.
Safety over the top over.
2nd and 7. Play
That ankle was crazy. Man.
Kane. Texas inside. Alabama territory has a gain of 29.
See, that's where I feel like Sarkisian was getting a little
Bit too comfortable.
Yeah, a bit comfortable, a little dicey with his play calling because you know your quarterback cannot move. Like, it has to be the quickest pass, or it needs to be like something offsetting. Like, you have to get the defense moving because he cannot move at this point.
And it didn't help that Robinson slipped on that play action, so that allowed the defenders to come in and like play him. And also too, that second defender was playing Carr.
Yeah.
So when they seen that slip, it's like, oh.
Yeah, I'm
Get him.
ready.
Trying to beat Alabama. Got it up. And he's good.
Kegs on me.
If they would won this game.
Yeah, if they would have won.
2nd and 2, the 33. Young over the middle. Gibbs with running room. And Gibbs gets into Texas territory. 5. Bryce Young. Sideline again. And he's close for the first time. And once again, it's the 2. Young.
Again, a former Buckeye. How does this make you feel?
It's not even about him being a former Buckeye. It's just the fact, like, he could have sealed the game with this sack. Because now they would have to back him up, and then he would have had to throw the ball. than just to try to score at this point.
See, I feel like, again, in these crucial moments, you gotta remember fundamental breaking down of like when you're about to tackle somebody. And on top of that, you know this nigga's elusive. Like, this is where you have to like square up your body and be like, all right, I don't care about the big hit. I'm just caring about securing this tackle.
Because I'm pretty sure how he wanted to tackle was him coming in like this.
He wanted to spear this nigga.
Exactly, but again, Bryce Young being 5'11", 6 foot, you know, he can duck under that, and it showed live that he did.
Right.
And then he was able to do what he did in this next play.
Sealed the game. At this point, they were just like, you know what, we just gonna get these 3 points and get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, they ain't even trying to score like that.
33 yards away. Clean snap, good hole, and once again, right down Main Street. And Alabama takes a 20-19.
He said like I ice him up, man.
5 seconds remaining. Card steps up. And Card.
He tried. That's crazy.
And that's a ball game.
It's in my ankle.
Alabama.
And
Wait,
this
hold on. I
Yeah.
want to see. Oh, I gotta see this. I gotta see
This
this.
is the road 20-19 in a
He was not having it,
He was
man.
like, we ain't fucking with y'all. No, fuck.
He said we is not having that.
Bro, when I seen it on like a reel on Instagram, I didn't even peep that he did that. I'm like,
No, I peeped it. I had to rewind it. So I'm like, did I just hear what I just heard live?
he said,
Don't do that shit.
Hey, I mean,
But the thing is, they still did it. As they were going to the locker room, they was all like this.
oh, so okay, so he threw the hook and horn. That's what they did. I thought
He did hook 'em horns down. But I'm saying when he seen it initially when the game was officially over. But when they were walking back to the locker room, I seen on Instagram they were still doing this.
I'm weak. I thought he was talking about don't pick him up and shake his hand or type shit.
Nah,
I
he was
like,
doing. Nah, someone did this, and he said, "Don't do that shit."
Yo,
There's no other reason for him to react like that.
Oh my god. Shit,
But-
that's what I think. I was thinking like, you know, he was like, man, fuck this game. These niggas got too close for comfort and almost beat us. Don't pick that nigga up.
Nah, it wasn't like that. It was just
Oh.
the fact that someone did this and he caught it, and that's when he said, "Don't do that."
I'm weak. I didn't know. Okay,
But
that was fun. He said, don't do that shit.
But just overall though, like this game actually
Blockbuster.
It was one of those games of the year that you looking back on like, you know what? As much as people wanted to blow out, this actually was a good ass game.
And it shows, you know, Alabama is not Superman no more.
Alabama's beatable. I've been saying that since 2014.
Yes. Granted, you know, with the NIL and everything that's going on, we're seeing, you know, everybody evening out the playing field now. So it's like, you know,
Especially down there in Texas.
I mean, it should have been like that a long time ago, but you know.
They were still playing high school play.
Oh yeah, for sure, but you know, it just wasn't.
Now it's more legal. Like, all right, hey, there you go.
It wasn't to the magnitude that Bama was doing it.
Yeah, it was the eye catcher. Like, hold up, how are y'all able to get these many recruits and win as much championships possible? Like, it made no sense. But like you just said, everybody's on the even playing field now, given the school that you attend to and the boosters and let alone the alumni that's affiliated with said program.
Right.
Now, with that being said, too, if I'm Texas, I'm looking at this for two positive reasons. One, play one hell of a game, and we had the potential to beat the #1 team at the time in the nation. Secondly, we got ranked out of this game. I've never seen a team lose a game but get ranked in the midst of all of that. Now, granted, there was plethora of teams this past college football week that lost. And one of those teams in particular happens to be Notre Dame.
And A&M.
And Wisconsin. And Baylor.
The list goes on.
But speaking of Notre Dame, Buckner going to be out for the season.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody getting hurt.
I mean, again, well, for him, I mean, it's just, he's a running quarterback. So it's like, and he needs a lot anyways to get him going.
But it's like when the staff around you doesn't trust your throwing ability, that's just saying something about them and you. Like,
again, Marcus Freeman is waiting for CJ Carr as of right now. He is counting down the days for.
Hey, like CJ, you think you can reclassify now? Because I need you right now, my guy.
To be honest, he's praying. He's praying.
But like just back to the game at hand, like this game really did over exceed people's perceptions of this game, given what they look like on paper. Mm-hmm. And just going forward, I feel like teams that are going to play Alabama are going to look back at this game to try to again exploit those same things. Now, granted, we know Nick Saban, we know they're going to adjust, but still, I feel like if you scheme them right mm-hmm. and you make them play on their heels and you out physical them, you have the potential to upset them.
Right. And I was about to say, I think more the games that they got, the more notable games they got coming up are Arkansas, Tennessee, A&M, and I believe Ole Miss.
And
all those are road games.
But except for the A&M game. But the way Texas has been playing, they look decent. Yeah. I ain't saying they gonna be good, but they looking real decent. Arkansas as well too.
You talking about? And you said Texas, or no? They just lost. What are we talking about? You talking about actual Texas, right?
No, I'm talking about now the teams that Alabama got face down.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm saying like Texas and Arkansas, they're actually decent this year.
Yeah.
They just beat South Carolina, Arkansas, and Tennessee just beat beat Pitt.
Yep. So I don't know. I mean, again, Texas fans, I hate to say it, but you guys have a lot of things looking. You guys are on the up and up. I'll say it like that right now. I mean, granted, you guys gotta wait for your two main dudes to get healthy. But we'll see what happens.
Even your third dude, you gotta make sure he's so healthy.
I don't even know who's on their depth chart for the third quarterback.
Malik Murphy.
I mean, the drop off isn't too great, I guess. So
But I'm kind of glad Hudson Card did say instead of transferring, because if he had it, you had to put a freshman in that game.
I'll say it like this though, I might walk back some of my doubting ears with.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of the naysayers, us being some of them,
yes,
was looking at him in this game and it was like,
yeah, this you playing for your life at this point, right?
Yeah, but it's like at the same time, like if he didn't get hurt, they could potentially won that game with him playing still. Cause like I said, he was in his rhythm.
If he would have won this game, I would have been quiet
all the naysayers would have to shut up.
Yeah, I would have been quiet for the rest of the year.
Yeah, but hopefully he does come back sometime during the season. But until then,
I think
the cards stay healthy.
Yeah, I think they're talking about he'll be back for reviewers. They're talking about him being back for the OU game, Oklahoma game. So
that's perfect time. But real quick before we wrap up, Oklahoma though, I ain't gonna lie, they looking good with Brent Venables as their head coach.
I mean, not defense.
He's a defensive minded coach.
All they were missing for a couple years now was a good
defense. And now you got a defensive minded coach in Brett Venables, and it's panning out because Dylan Gabriel, he's been balling himself too.
Right.
So yeah, shout out to Oklahoma. But yeah, that wraps up this video.
Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm going to press this issue for all the people that watch this. Hit the thumbs up like button, because that honestly helps the channel a lot. I mean, that's what really the algorithms look for. So hit the thumbs up button so everybody can see this, view it, share it,
comment on it.
Comment. Tell us if you want to see more of these, even though we're pretty much going to do these anyways.
Exactly.
But we like the engagement, so come fuck with your boys.
And also too, in the next reaction video, we will be reacting to the first week of NFL football by one Chisel Adonis with his commentary of the first week of NFL football.
Shout out to Chisel.
So with that being said, it's your boy Ty.
It's your boy Seth.
We gone.
Speaking your mind, that's what I be talking about. I'm speaking my mind, my.